Welcome to the Marketing Study Guide. In this video we will review the 4 main approaches to setting an advertising budget. Setting an advertising budget is a critical step. Without a clear budget in place, it can be easy to overspend. A clear advertising budget allows you to plan and execute your marketing campaigns, ensuring that you get the most out of your investment. There are several approaches to setting an advertising budget, each with its own advantages and considerations. Let's explore the main approaches. First, we have the percentage of sales method. The percentage of sales method is one of the most commonly used approaches to setting an advertising budget. With this method, a certain percentage of your expected sales is allocated towards advertising. For example, if you anticipate $100,000 in sales and decide to allocate 10% towards advertising, your budget would be $10,000. The percentage of sales method is simple to implement and provides a clear guideline for budget allocation. However, it may not account for factors like market conditions or competition. For instance, if your industry is experiencing a downturn, allocating a fixed percentage of sales may result in a reduced marketing budget, limiting your ability to reach potential customers. The next method is the competitive parity method. The competitive parity method involves setting your advertising budget based on what your competitors are spending. The idea behind this approach is to ensure that you are not at a disadvantage compared to your industry peers. If your competitors are investing heavily in advertising, it may be necessary for you to allocate a similar budget to stay competitive. While the competitive parity method provides a benchmark for budget allocation, it may not necessarily be aligned with your business goals. Your competitors' spending decisions may not reflect your unique circumstances or marketing objectives. Therefore, it is important to consider this approach in conjunction with other factors when setting your budget. The third approach is the objective and task method. The objective and task method takes a more strategic and flexible approach to setting an advertising budget. With this method, you start by identifying your marketing objectives and then allocate funds based on the specific tasks needed to achieve those objectives. For example, if your goal is to increase brand awareness, you may allocate a portion of your budget towards social media advertising and influencer partnerships. The objective and task method allows you to tailor your budget to your specific marketing goals and activities. It ensures that your budget is directly tied to the tasks required to achieve those goals, providing a more strategic approach to budget allocation. However, this method requires careful planning and analysis to accurately estimate the costs associated with each task. Finally, we have the affordable method. The affordable method of setting an advertising budget is particularly suitable for startups or businesses with limited financial resources. This method is based on allocating funds to advertising only after all other business expenses have been accounted for. The primary principle is to avoid overspending and to ensure that essential business operations are not compromised for the sake of advertising. First, a business will calculate all their costs, and after these expenses, the remaining funds can be considered for advertising. This could be a modest or sometimes minimal amount, depending on the business's financial health. It ensures that the business does not overextend itself financially, and the method is straightforward and easy to implement, requiring minimal planning and analysis. It is ideal for businesses that are in their early stages or those with limited cash flow. And it also works well in scenarios where extensive advertising is not critical for maintaining market presence. When setting an advertising budget, there are several key factors you should consider. What are your business goals? Your budget should align with your overall marketing objectives. Consider what you want to achieve through your advertising efforts and allocate funds accordingly. What is the current state of the market? Evaluate the current state of your industry and the broader market. Economic conditions, industry trends, and consumer behavior can all influence your advertising budget. What are your competitors are doing in terms of advertising and marketing? While you don't need to match their spending exactly, it's important to stay competitive and ensure your budget is sufficient to reach your target audience effectively. Who your target audience is and what's the best way to reach them. Different advertising channels and tactics may be more effective for certain demographics, so allocate your budget accordingly. What is the effectiveness and cost efficiency of different advertising channels? Some channels may require a larger budget to achieve the desired results, while others may offer better marketing ROI with a smaller investment. Once you have set your advertising budget, it's important to optimize its allocation to get the most out of your investment. Here are a few tips to help you optimize your advertising budget. Regularly monitor the performance of your advertising campaigns and analyze the results. Identify what is working and what isn't, and adjust your budget allocation accordingly. Test and experiment. Don't be afraid to try new advertising channels or tactics. Allocate a portion of your budget for testing and experimentation to identify what works best for your business. Focus on marketing ROI. Continuously evaluate the return on investment of your advertising efforts. Allocate more budget towards channels and campaigns that deliver the highest ROI and consider reducing investment in underperforming areas. Utilize data and analytics tools to gain insights into your target audience, campaign performance, and market trends. This information can help you make data-driven decisions about your budget allocation. Keep an eye on market conditions and be ready to adjust your budget allocation as needed. A flexible approach allows you to adapt to changing circumstances and optimize your advertising efforts. So that's the 4 main approaches to setting an advertising budget. Hopefully that was helpful information, and see you next time at the Marketing Study Guide.